Welcome all of you to this video of Maths Made Easy. Now in this video this is going to be a series of few videos which are going to be a little special. I am just going to mention in these videos what exactly you can keep prepared in the vacation. What exactly you can keep prepared in the vacation, so that because you're going to get some holidays in the month of May, and when your school resumes classes, you'll be in a better position, because there are some chapters which are a little big. Okay, and when the teachers finish one chapter after another, sometimes it is little difficult for you all to keep pace with the teacher. Okay, so that is why I am saying few things I am going to mention in these series of videos, where I am going to tell you what exactly you can keep ready for before the class starts. So when the class starts, you are in a better position to grasp. So let's start quickly. Now there are only 3 chapters that I want you all to finish in the board exams. Okay, another thing, whatever I am mentioning here, you will find the links in the description box, so you can go through the video and get a very clear idea of what I am, what the chapter is, so you can prepare the chapter ahead. So look in the description box, look in the 10th CBSE Maths playlist, you'll find all the videos and all the videos of these chapters. Okay, so the very first chapter that you must start working on is quadratic equations. Now, why am I saying this? Now, maybe in your school before the vacations, they have started with a different chapter. But then I will always tell you to start with this chapter little ahead of time. Okay, there are 3 chapters in your portions which can be very difficult if the teacher is teaching at a very high speed. One of them is this, quadratic equations. Okay, so I shall be mentioning 3 chapters. Okay, I shall be mentioning 3. As I said, only 3 is enough if you do in the vacations. The quadratic equations is a very big chapter. That's one reason why you should do it. The second thing is, there is something called problems in quadratic equations. There's a whole lot of types of sums. Okay, one is formula based sums. One is without formula. Okay, without formula also you have one. Okay, one is problems. One is the discriminant type. You have a discriminant type of sums. Okay. So there are about 4 to 5 types of questions. Here also, without formula, you have a whole range of questions which takes some time to grasp. Sometimes it needs a lot of practice. Here there is a formula which is root is minus b plus minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. So you use this formula to solve your sums. This is comparatively easy. What is difficult is this, and it carries a lot of marks in your exam. Don't forget, it will have all the 4 markers in your exam, these problems. This is where I want you all to practice a lot, and you have to start with the sums and you have to practice. In these problems, you will have sums of the speed type, you will have the time and work type, okay, and then you have the speed, distance, the time and work, then you have age related, okay, age types, you have the 2-digit number type, okay, 2-digit number, then you have the upstream and downstream. Okay, now these, as I am saying, these are and downstream. Now these things require a lot of practice. Okay, so you have to see to it that you are well versed with these problem sums before the school starts. Other than these few types, there are more types of quadratic equations, which is a mixed type. You have the miscellaneous type, but these are the main types. Okay, so that is one chapter you must do. As I said, you will get every type. Each type is told specially. You have a separate video for each type of these sums. in the 10th CBSE playlist. So you can go through them and you'll get a good idea of the chapter. Now, what is the second chapter that I want you all to start in the holidays? Okay, the second chapter is linear equations in two variables. Okay, linear equations in two variables. This is the second chapter that you must start in the holidays. Again, very big chapter. You have the graphs. Okay, sums based on graphs. You have the regular sums, okay, which are not problems. Then you have problem sums. Okay. Then you have here in the regular sums also there are a few types, okay, and then you have the problem sums. So you have quite a lot to do even in this chapter. These problem sums are kind of little similar to that of in quadratic equation. That is why I am saying you should do them both together, because once you do quadratic you start understanding how to work this also. Here also in this problem sums you will get all separate videos. You will get age related sums, you will get fraction related sums, you have upstream and downstream, okay, you have upstream and downstream, okay, and then you have age related, fraction, upstream, downstream. You have a mixed type of questions. Then you also have two-digit number. This is very confusing always for children, okay, and you also have another type which is the speed and distance, or distance and time and distance. This is there in both in quadratic as well as in simultaneous. You have these types and each one has a separate video. Go through them. By the time your holidays end, you will be in a very good position to understand these sums. Okay, then of course you have the graphs and you have the regular sums. I have videos on these also. Okay, so what is the next thing that I want you all to practice? And that is the most important thing, the toughest thing, that is till the end of the year. Okay, even in the end of the year, students find it, even in the month of March when their exam is in March till February, children find it very tough. Okay, so that is the topic that you should start in the holidays. Okay, let's see what it is. The third topic that I was talking about is trigonometric identities. Trigonometric identities. Okay, so what are trigonometric identities? Now, trigonometric identities is nothing but a chapter full of to prove that kind of sums. Okay, it is a chapter full of to prove that kind of sums. Remember, trigonometry is something new for 10th CBSE. It is introduced in 10th standard. Okay, but I am not saying do regular trigonometry. Regular trigonometry you'll be able to manage these proofs of this chapter. Okay, if your teacher, mostly teachers start little bit of trigonometry before the holidays. With the help of that, you should be able to do this. Okay, I have my videos. Go through the videos in detail and you'll be able to understand what exactly is happening, how to solve them. Okay, in this chapter, I'll just give you a brief idea about this chapter. This is, every sum is a to prove that. Okay, so some, they'll give you an expression and they'll say prove the left hand side is equal to the right hand side. You are introduced to three new identities, trigonometric identities or formula. Okay, what you call is a formula. You are introduced to three of them in this chapter, which you never did before. One is sine square theta plus cos square theta is a 1. One is 1 plus tan square theta is equal to 1 and is equal to sec square theta, and one is 1 plus cot square theta is equal to cosec square theta. Okay, so 1 plus cot square theta is cosec square theta. Okay, so these are the three new identities that will be taught in this chapter, and you are expected to do maximum use of this. Apart from this, you are also expected to use sine theta by cos theta is a tan theta. Okay, tan theta is 1 by cot theta, these things. Okay, sec theta is 1 by cos theta, and things like this. Okay, and you also have sine theta is 1 by cosec theta, these things. So these three are the reciprocals, this is one extra formula, and these are the new identities which is taught in this chapter. With the help of this, you can see my videos how we can very smoothly do all the sums in this exercise. Not just that, here in this chapter you are also expected to know your algebraic identities. Which algebraic identities? I'll just make a note of it. This, remember this, your 8th standard formula, this, okay, and here this, okay, this one, and this, you have one with this also, no, difference of squares, which is a plus b into a minus b. This is a square plus b square plus 2ab, a square plus b square minus 2ab, and then you have formula for this, and you have two separate formulae for this also. Remember this you learnt in 9th standard also. These you have to know very well. If you still don't know them, make an effort deliberately to know them now in this holidays. That's also another thing. Many children, they start with this chapter, but then they don't know these identities properly. That becomes a very big problem for them, because if this formula they don't come to your mind immediately, you will not be able to see the correct picture in the sum. Okay, so you'll have to know these formulae. Okay, so these formulae are applied in this chapter. It is applied in also later on when we are going to do surface area volume. Even there you need this formula. Okay, so they are not going to go waste. Don't worry, they will never go waste. There's full use of that. Okay, so this is trigonometric identities as the third chapter and the most important chapter which must be touched on in the holidays. Okay, so that is it. If you do only these three chapters, then you'll be in a much better position to later on handle tough chapters. Like, you'll have the time to do them, because there are two more tough chapters, which is one of them is surface area volume, and another tough chapter is similarity. Okay, so and also AP to some extent. Okay, so that is why I'm just telling you all to do these three. Still you have time left, you want to do more, go for similarity, but these are the must. Okay, so that is it for today. You can go through my playlists and get almost all topics are covered in maths. If you still have any doubts, you have any particular topic where you have a lot of doubt of any particular question, you can send it to me. I'll make a different video on that and I'll post it. Okay, so that's it for today. Bye then.